Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is enjoying the 2021 School District Palm Beach County Technology Conference. We are so happy to be back after lunch. Hopefully, everyone had a great little a break. Visited some of those exhibitor halls. Got to fill up their swag bags. Maybe did the scavenger hunt thing. I was doing that this morning. It was lots of fun. My wife is actually beating me on the leaderboard, which I'm going to have to change later. But we are so happy to have you here today for a fantastic presentation from Djessica Gustinvil, Nadine Perou, and Allyson Berrios de Gacharna. Tried and true tech strategies to engage ELL students in social studies and civics classrooms. And before we jump into it, we're just going to do a couple little housekeeping things, just a couple of reminders about today's conference. So we will be using the chat box. It's over there, and it's the YouTube chat box. So on the right side of the screen over there. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to our channel so that you're updated whenever we go live. You've got a little notification letting you know that the EdTech team is bringing you another great session of content. And over on the right hand side, you'll also see we've got some moderators with wrenches next to their names, and they're here to help answer questions and help navigate the platform if need be. So we're also encouraging everyone to, if you get the chance, and if you're on Twitter, share on social media using the hashtag PBCTechConf, and feel free to add us. You can tweet us at EdTechPBC. So we've got all that good stuff going on. And if you're already subscribed to our YouTube channel, but you haven't logged in to register for our conference, just a reminder that you can access today's session and all of the great sessions that we've had today at technologyconference.palmbeachschools.org. The platform is going to be live for 30 days after the conference is over. So, you've got lots of time to get in there and do all of the things that you were able to do today, but on your own time. We know that PD days can be, pretty hectic with all the learning that goes on and all the things that need to get done in your classrooms and outside of your classrooms. So you've got that resource there for you as well. I think that pretty much is all of the housekeeping stuff. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get started. This session is going to be a blast. We have three amazing presenters with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up here. We've got Nadine, and there's Djessica, and there is Allyson. Welcome, ladies. I'll let you do the introduction, and then we'll get started with Djessica.
Yes, thank you, Trent, for introducing us. We're so excited to be here. My name is Allyson Berrios de Gacharna, and I work for the Multicultural Education Department. So excited to be here with my colleagues and friends.
Hi, my name is Djessica Gustinvil. I am an ESOL teacher at Lakeworth Middle School, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today.
Hi everyone, my name is Nadine. I am an ESOL teacher at Lakewood Middle School. I teach social studies as well, and I'm so excited to be part of this show.
Thank you.
So welcome to our session today, everyone. This is the technology tools to enhance social studies instructions with ELLs. This presentation has been prepared in collaboration with social studies educators. Just like myself, I teach 6th grade world history. Nadine Perou, and our ESOL PD and instructional specialist, Allyson Berrios. We are so glad that you are here with us, and I'm excited for us to discover these new tools together. So our presentation is aligned with our SDPBC mission, and that is to educate, affirm, and inspire each student in an equity-embedded school system, as well as our vision to foster the joy of learning in each student and nurturing a positive vision for their future. It is definitely our goal to celebrate and value each of our students' cultural heritage and meet all of their physical, emotional, academic, and their social needs. We also, in addition to our SDPBC vision, and mission, the Department of Multicultural Education also wants to share our purpose, which is to advocate for students and families in order to provide equitable opportunities in education and instruction to achieve success within the community and beyond. So our goal for today, our objectives is first and foremost for our content so that we can determine the best practices to support our ELL students in our social studies classrooms as well as civics classrooms using specific technological tools, as well as their language, to actively listen to determine the best practices to support them in our classrooms using technological tools. Here are some important agreements we abide to in our instructions for our ELLs. First, we agree to create, support, and sustain a culture of access and equity while being responsive to their backgrounds, their experiences, their cultural perspectives, their traditions, and their knowledge when we are designing and implementing our programs and assessing its effectiveness. We are also acknowledging and addressing factors that contributes to differential outcomes among groups of students that are critical to ensuring that all students routinely have the opportunity to experience high quality instruction and they can receive the support they need in order for them to be successful. One thing we need to remember is that our ELLs, they can. And that brings us to scaffolding, the process to help them to work in a contextualized setting and solving problems while focusing on building the associated skills. So the following picture, it presents a pictorial representation of how scaffolding works. If we want our students to achieve the learning outcome, which is new to them and some can say out of their reach, we can build scaffolds or supporting structures around that building to help the student get to the learning outcome. So these support involve meaningful activities and continuous feedback and assessing to ensure that the students are building that independency. So we want to present a few technological tools that will help us enhance that learning or enhance the instruction for our ELL students in social studies. These tools will help us build background knowledge, teach content vocabulary, reading with fluency, and being able to compare and contrast what the past looked like to what the present looks like today. So these tools include Nearpod. Nearpod, we use it to provide geographical support. That could be a virtual field trip where we show them what the world looks like today, and matching activities, vocabularies to their definitions to pictures. We also use GIFs, pictures. This is to enhance vocabulary instruction. We look at Jamboard. This is used mostly for exit tickets. Vocabulary. We use it to enhance vocabulary instructions, flashcards, reading with fluency, ReadWorks. We use it to support reading skills, and Google Earth. Google Earth, again, is to show them our textbook shows them what the past looked like, Google Earth shows them what the present looks like. And now I will pass it to Nadine, who will go into more details about some of the tech tools that we use in the classroom to enhance learning for ELLs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gustinvil. I will continue with the rest of the presentation. Building background knowledge, visual supports, front load vocabulary, make up personal connections. Brain research from Carnegie Mellon psychologist confirms that it is easier to learn something new when we can attach it to something we already know. Other research Other research, including the study prior knowledge activation, inducing engagement with informal text, supports the idea that activating prior knowledge is a critical step in the learning. So how can I build background knowledge? This is even better. Key vocabulary, translation and home language, and as well as visual supports. Some students may even at this point begin to start piecing together the major concept of the text we will be reading. Prior to reading, it's also important to think about the major concept and how we can visually front load the information so the students can build the background knowledge. Here is a template we use with our students to enhance vocabulary instruction. Notice that the student can include cognates and pictures in addition to the definition of each word or concept present in their lesson. Here's a great example. We have the word rabbi, rabino in Spanish, in my language, the definition of the word. We have the picture, GIF, and also the student can use the word rabbi to write a sentence. The use of content-specific glossaries is something we recommend to use in our social studies classroom here at Lake Worth Middle School, but also provide students with the ELA glossary, as these resources are key when acquiring academic content-specific vocabulary. And we have these glossaries in English and Creole, and as well as English and Spanish. Virtual field trip is another tool that we use with our students. Many of our students do not have the opportunity at this time to visit many of the locations described during our instruction. Therefore, in order to build background knowledge for our students, we use Google Earth as an opportunity to explore many important sites through virtual field trips. In this example, while students are learning about the ancient Israelites in a world history class, we can explore type sites like Israel Museum and the Temple Mount while using Google Earth. Also, the important use of Nearpod. In this platform, we can look for specific skill builder lessons available through the ESL library. In this example, we can use these particular slides describing the code Hammurabi, which can give students a better understanding of the history of laws. The Jamboard. Next, after students review important concepts before, during, and after a lesson, they can complete an exit ticket by focusing on what they know and what they understand after reviewing a lesson, and also complete sentence frames using of the important key vocabulary words and concepts they learn. And thank you. I'll go ahead and pass it on to Ms. Berrios. Continue with the rest of the presentation.
Thank you so much. So another important activity that reinforces teaching content-specific vocabulary is the use of matching pairs. And this activity actually can be found in Nearpod. So before students match pictures with their definitions, we can teach words further by describing how these words can be either verbs or nouns. As in this example, when they read the word bear, defining the Second Amendment, we can make that distinction that it could be a verb and also a noun. So this definitely expands on the language learning that we want our students to be exposed to. Next, we know that we love to use videos to enhance our teaching and the learning experience for our students, but we also want to be clear that the use of YouTube videos can be specific and very important, but we recommend that students always have a clear focus before and while watching these videos. And you can pair this with a very quick anticipation guide activity, like you see right now on your screen. And this one described in the example shows that students will have a particular word in mind while they're watching the video. And also very important, let's not forget that our English language learners will benefit from the closed captioning that is available on many YouTube videos. So we can always make that also available for our students. Now, in addition to doing virtual trips through Google Earth, like Nadine had talked about before, we can build background knowledge for our students using these virtual reality activities that are found in Nearpod to help our students make comparisons between, how important geographical sites look then and now. So our students love to find the similarities and differences between their textbooks and the present and the current world. And again, what a great opportunity to bring our students virtually with us to places that right now they're not available for them. Now, flow vocabulary is another tool that we use in the social studies classrooms, and this can be found through the Nearpod account. Now, this year, Multicultural Education Department provided all teachers with a student that is an LY, which is an active ELL, or an LF, which is a student that is in the 2-year monitoring period in the ESOL program, to have a license, a Nearpod license available for them. So this is great because even if you have one student that is an ELL, you have access to this tool and you can use everything that is available through it. And that this one is one of the tools that we find. So once you search a specific lesson under the social studies library, you will notice that there's an opportunity for students to practice that vocabulary and reinforce their reading skills as well. And we want to show you how. By looking right now, for example, there's an opportunity for students to interact with vocabulary flashcards, and they're available to support that vocabulary instruction that we talked about. So students will click on the image, and the word is there with the picture representation of most of the words. And then notice that right away, the students are given the definition of the word. It tells them if it's a noun or a verb, and it even gives them the antonym of that word, which is it's amazing. And then next they can interact by writing the word and drawing and just connecting with the word now at a different level. Also, notice that there is an opportunity as well in the flow vocabulary, an opportunity to read passages and learn more about the topics in the videos that they watch. So in this example, keywords are highlighted to reinforce the concepts learned. And what I like about flow vocabulary is that these are videos that are songs, And so students have the opportunity to interact with the lyrics and at the same time read a little bit further about the information by looking at this section right here, which is called the Read More section. And also, students can read the lyrics, like I talked about, of the songs in this flow vocabulary videos. And they can follow along when teachers do choral reading, which is such an important strategy to use with our English language learners. It really provides a model of what fluent reading should sound like. So activities such as this definitely are opportunities to model for our students are important for our teachers to explore. And notice that there's also the sound icon on the top. So while the teacher's reading, they can do that with their own voice, but they can also hit the play button, and now they can hear the song once again. And as the song is being played, the words are being highlighted as well. So that's such a cool tool. We love it. Finally, when talking about reading, this last tool that we want to talk about is ReadWorks. And I'm sure that some of you are familiar with this tool, this platform that provides lots of free resources. When we use this with our English language learners, we like to always keep in mind the lexile level of our students, but we also use it to provide, our students the experience of reading great articles that will support the reading that happens in the social studies classes. And so they can find now, the exposure to vocabulary activities also through this platform to continue to reinforce the learning of the academic vocabulary and language that is happening in our social studies and civics classrooms, and also comprehension activities, which continues to further that learning that happens in our classrooms as well. Now, here's an example of how students interact with vocabulary first when interacting in the platform ReadWorks. Notice that there is an opportunity to evaluate their knowledge of the words used in the text that they will read in class. And why do we like this so much? Is because this is actually a strategy that is very beneficial with our English language learners. It actually teaches students to be aware of their level of comprehension of academic vocabulary. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that this activity is good for students that have an English language proficiency level of 1 all the way to 5. So every single English language learner in our class can benefit from saying to you, I get it, I don't get it, I need more support, or this is something that I'm looking forward to learn. So self-assessment scales can be adapted to a student's level of language proficiency in this case. They help students assess their ability to comprehend, like I explained, academic vocabulary with within a text passage, or use the vocabulary in an oral report as well. And so finally, students are always given that opportunity to answer questions that align to the standards in each lesson. We also like the fact that questions and answers are also read aloud to the students. This will help our students improve their listening skills as well. In addition, that is a great way to improve pronunciation for our English language learners. And so we have talked to you about all these different tools, and we have questions. We want to ask you, how do you enhance vocabulary instruction in your social studies classroom? Is there a way that you do it that is differently from the tool, from the way that we do in our classrooms with the tools we talked to you about? We are curious to hear from our audience if there are other tools that you have explored that maybe we can talk about and share with our viewers as well? By the way, I'm reading from our comments that, yes, these are wonderful ways to definitely incorporate strategies across all subject areas. We like to know, we like to hear that a social studies teacher is also a language teacher, right? There is so much language that is happening in the social studies classroom that we can't separate one from the other. Yes, we are teaching the content, the social studies content, but we are also bringing that knowledge of language to our students. Yes, we hear that there's lots of academic games with vocabulary words and meanings. Thank you, Brent, for sharing that. Ooh, how nice. Love to hear that. Definitely. Vocabulary words always bring that interesting fun factor into our learning. Yes, Sophia, definitely. Virtual field trips are just outstanding. The way that our students can be exposed to places they dream of going. I dream of going to many places. I remember walking into one of the classrooms, the social studies classrooms, and the students were just visiting the Egypt through that field trip. That was like amazing. I wanted to be there too. Don't know if we have any others. Google Earth is definitely something so fun to explore and work with our students. I want to see if we can go really quick to the exploring Israel, like we have talked in the previous slide. Bear with me as I open that Google Earth platform. In the meantime, we see other comments. Yes, connecting the words and then also sharing how to say those words in their home language. What an amazing way for our English language learners to tell you, this is a word I know. This is a word I can relate to. Yes, they teach you as I teach them. They teach me as I teach them, says Sophia. Yes, for sure. That is such an amazing feeling that our students know that we are the teachers, but also learners in the classroom. So important. Well, it looks like I am having a fun experience right now to open the platform for us. I will get to us. Let's see right here. Let's see if I can go ahead and share that for a minute. Thank you for bearing with me as we go through this together. Isn't technology? All right, Jerusalem, nice. Go to the but there's also I noticed that in quite a few sites, some top sites, they have this just for when you explore. The students are able to see the Earth, and they will take us there. I always like to have the students, pretend that we're on this awesome trip around how amazing it is to explore and to just look around of what Israel looks like, just how important. And in that lesson, that history lesson, that David is actually one of the figures that they have to know about. How meaningful and important that leader is in in the Jewish community. So look how nice our students can just tour away. All right. Don't know if we have any other comments, any other questions for us. We are definitely so excited to be with you. Thank you, Trent.
Hey, thank you so much. And if you know any questions come up or anything like that, you know, you can reach out to Allyson or Djessica or Nadine, you know, after the stream is over. You know, brainstorm on some ideas. I know that there's a lot of things happening in the classroom that, you know, we tend to think are just those one-off, you know, wow, what a magical day kind of thing. And then you go back and then you share it with somebody else and it's like groundbreaking, you know, and they come to us after the fact. You know, so if anything like that comes up, you know, we can use this kind of as a way to start the conversation rather than end it. Like, we don't need to say goodbye right now. You know, we can keep this going after the conference is done. So I'm going to bring you ladies back in just a minute to say final goodbyes. But we're going to keep going with some of our housekeeping at the end of the session here. If I could, there we go. So just a reminder about the agenda. We still got more sessions available this afternoon, starting at 1:45. So you got time after this session ends to you know, to visit some of those booths, you know, connect with some of the other attendees here, and make the most of it before the next session begins. So 1:45 session D, and then we've got our closing session at 2:45, our closing keynote with Doug Konopelko, and you don't want to miss that. So getting on to a fairly important part of the presentation here is the prize sessions. So just a reminder that if you need to, or if you'd like to, first of all, make sure you're watching this live on YouTube. It should say the little live red indicator so that you know when the prizes are being given out. But in the chat, type in that hashtag PBC TechConf. And where is it? Let me pull it up. It's just this guy right here, not the @EdTechPBC, but the hashtag PBC TechConf. Put that in the chat, and that will automatically enter you for a door prize. So while we're waiting for everyone to put something there in the chat, just a little idea of what the prize is today, and a couple of things. Obviously, you got to be present to win. You got to be watching live with us. We can only ship to the United States. Make sure that you put that in because it's only going to enter you into the contest if you've typed that hashtag PBC TechConf. You want to type it exactly as it is there. And then at the end, if your name is drawn, you're going to email John Shoemaker at palmbeachschools.org and say, "Yay, I'm a winner." And today's prize is really going to make you say yay, because, ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure not only of introducing the three fabulous presenters that we had today, but also with announcing that our prize, if this will advance, there it is. It's a margarita mixer, ladies and gents, and it's being given to us by Hovercam. Now, we are thrilled that all of these, just going back for a second, all of these sponsors have donated something here today at our tech conference to just give away to you just for showing up and learning, and that's fantastic. But today's prize specifically, it's, you know, and what you can do, it's Friday. We're all looking forward to having a good time. We want to, you know, you can make slushies for the kids, obviously. You know, a little after school, just, you know, make them with Kool-Aid or some, you know, soda or something like that. And then, you know, after the kids go to bed, you know, it's Friday. Have a blast. You guys have certainly earned it. So, all right, if that's it, I think I am going to go ahead and draw this prize, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. Let me share my different tabs so you all can see who is. You'll find out the same time that I'm finding out. If I can just switch tabs real quick. Here we go. And boom, here it is. All right, I'm going to click draw. Last little breath here before we do it. And here we go. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Oh, who's it going to be? And it's Jose Rodriguez. Jose, congratulations on your new margarita machine. So if you would, make sure that you email John Shoemaker at palmbeachschools.org, and we will get you your prize. All right. So I'm gonna bring back. Let me see. There it is. I'm gonna bring back our there it is, John.Shoemaker at palmbeachschools.org. And for a final goodbye, I'm going to bring our wonderful presentation team back up to say farewell. Let me bring them up here. And here we are. So thanks so much for learning with us today, and we'll see you again. And then on behalf of the educational technology team, we are so thrilled to be able to bring these knowledgeable, skilled presenters to you, and we look forward to learning with you the rest of the day as well. So take care, and we'll see you in another session.